Hi and welcome back to Career Stories. My name is Joe and I'm with my colleague Carrie.
Hello.
So this is episode 3 of our conversations with people in work. We are careers advisors, if you don't already know this. We work for a company called Skills Development Scotland, and our job is to help support people find out what they want to do. So it's really good for us to talk with people in their roles and give you hopefully insights into what they do, which is really exciting.
Yeah, and it's lovely to kind of hear the wide range of different careers and the different journeys into them. There's lots of people the people we've spoken to so far have kind of went the university route, and we're kind of speaking to slightly different today. I don't want to give too much away. I'm good, like spoilers. But yeah, it's just really good to kind of get more information about what people have maybe not quite heard about yet. But yeah.
Yeah. So, without further ado, we are joined by the lovely Louise Collins, who is this year's Scotland's Apprentice of the Year 2025. Will that be? Amazing.
We're like, what year is it?
I feel like we should applaud. Like, should we applaud? I know, like that's an amazing achievement. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for inviting me to come along.
Love it.
You'll be sick of having to do all this sort of thing now. You're like, I was looking for all like on Instagram and stuff, like because I'm an Instagram stalker. I was like looking up and like it's like all these different things that you've been doing, and all the reels of things going along to things and stuff, and all the glam, like the clothes.
It's so
and
good.
like it's amazing. So you are an apprentice with GE Aerospace based in Ayrshire.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be really good to kind of hear a little bit more about that. So you were a crowned apprentice. Sorry. You were crowned Modern Apprentice of the Year at SCQF Level 6+, as well as scooping the main prize of the Scottish Apprenticeship Awards in March. So you completed your engineering apprenticeship with GE Aerospace with Ayrshire College, and as an overhaul engineer, you've impressed executives at a global level. So you've earned loads of praise about everything that you've been doing and in your team and all the stuff to do with money. I'm seeing $1 million. I'm like, oh my goodness. So it's amazing to kind of actually have you here and speaking to us.
Yeah. Also, what, only 22 years old?
I've just recently turned 23.
Oh,
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday. Obviously, you take a lot of pride in your being a STEM ambassador as well. Following your award, you spoke to guests at Scottish Parliament, regular visits. Have you done that before?
No, that was amazing.
Awesome. Something we'll definitely dive into a wee bit more. And yeah, it's obviously good to see women in what tends to be predominantly maybe male-orientated sector. So obviously we can dive into that as well, which is amazing. But firstly, amazing. Like, awesome. Like, was that a shock to you? Like,
yes, I did not expect that.
Amazing.
To win 2 awards that night was mental.
Oh, just drop it in there.
I know,
Just
it wasn't one, it was 2.
So what was so the 2 awards were exactly? What did you win?
I won Modern Apprentice of the Year SQV. I can't even say that. SCQF Level 6, and also the overall Scottish Apprentice of the Year.
It's amazing. That is so amazing. And then but that didn't just happen by accident. That didn't happen just like, it wasn't names out of a hat or anything. You went out and you've earned that. That's so, like, what did everyone say that you know when you were telling them about it?
I think I was in shock, and everyone around me was like, get on the stage. And I was just stood there in shock. I was like, I don't want to go up there.
Love it. Just get everybody shouting speech.
Honestly.
Amazing. So, like, as careers advisors, right, what's really important for us is to understand the journey. To get to this point where, you know, you've been successful and obviously now working with the company full time. What was your journey like from school to obviously where you're at now?
Yep. At school, I was kind of just a follower. I followed what my friends did. I didn't have any interest in doing what I actually wanted to do. So it wasn't until like the end of school I was like, right, I need to come up with a plan. I wanted to be a pilot from a young age, but I realised financially it's not for me, because my background with a family, we're not a financially supportive family. So the next plan was maybe joining the RAF, but I never seen that as really something I wanted to do. It was more just that's the way to become a pilot. But the military wasn't for me. I attended the Air Cadets as well. It was very, very strict. I'm a rule breaker. I don't really like, and I'm also a girly girl as well, so I like having my makeup on, my lashes, my nails done. So I then decided I was going to go to college, so I attended Ayrshire College after school. my year for my leavers year was the 2020 COVID year, so we never got a prom or anything like that, and I never got to sit my exams, so I didn't do very well with what I thought I would do, because they were kind of estimated off of your prelims. So I then got accepted for Ayrshire College. I did aeronautical engineering for 2 years. I then was applying for apprenticeship programmes around Prestwick, just the local area, and I managed to get accepted for GE Aerospace, and I was honestly so happy. I just thought, this is me, this is what's going to happen now, this is me set up. That's where I am now. I'm now a qualified engineer.
Amazing.
Mechanic.
And you mentioned there, sorry, did you do your 2 years then go to the apprenticeship, or did you do the apprenticeship, like did you just jump from your college to the apprenticeship?
So for the apprenticeship, the requirement was a PEO engineering qualification. So you had to attend college before getting accepted to my work. But
I think that's really interesting, because there's a lot of times where we've got so many pupils, I'm sure you're saying, where their aim is they want an apprenticeship, and that's like their goal to get, and they really want to be in there doing it, which, you know, you'll know yourself, like the benefits of learning in that way. And then, so sometimes if they're not getting that apprenticeship straight away, they can feel a little bit disheartened, and especially if they're thinking, oh no, I have to go to college. Whereas actually some of these programs, they need you to have gone to college because they need that certain level of qualification or understanding or practical skills. So it can be like, did you feel that by going to college first and then on to the apprenticeship, did you feel like that prepared you?
it definitely prepared me. One of my college lecturers said to me that just apply for everything and anything, because you can always turn stuff down if you do get accepted and that's not for you. So it's good experience to build up the interviews, the preparations, your CVs, everything. And also by getting the hand skills and the theory, putting the theory into practice, helped for then starting at my apprenticeship.
And then when it comes to, like, obviously you were speaking about wanting to be a pilot, and then we went on to the sort of aeronautical, so I can see how pilot, aeronautical engineering and then like your engineering and stuff. Was engineering something that you kind of had in the back of your head when you were at school or when you were younger or anything like that?
At school, I never really was interested. It was kind of like the boys would do the techie subjects and the girls would steer away and do like the HE, the cooking classes and stuff. So after school, it was when I actually started college. I was like, this is for me. I actually did a bit of work experience with my uncle before starting my apprenticeship. Cool. So we were renovating houses, kitchens, bathrooms. So it gave me a little bit of an insight into what like actual practical labour is, and like doing the engineering kind of side of things.
And that's quite nice as well, because you've had that. A lot of people, like, I'll say to me, like, oh, I've not really got work experience, I've just been out with my uncle, I've just been out with my dad, I've just been out with my mum and things like that. But like, there's no just about it. Like, this experience that you gain from that really can decide whether you like the idea of doing something practical or not, doesn't it?
And what about, say, your subjects? So like, did you have, like, because obviously we have some knowledge, I think. So usually if you're going to engineering, they need physics, math and stuff. Was that some subjects you did in school, or did you have to get that through your college instead?
So with my work, the subjects they were looking for was like your maths and physics. It's not like you don't need it, but at school I wasn't very good at that. So I actually failed my higher maths and I passed my Nat 5 maths, and I failed my national for physics and never picked it back up. So I just dropped it altogether because I was like, I'm not stressing myself out if I can't do it. So yeah, it wasn't really on the cards for me, but I managed to still get the apprenticeship even not having those subjects.
And then I think with that, it's thinking like that. I always think sometimes people think, oh, I'm not good. Like, I didn't do well in physics in school, and obviously it would sometimes it's easier to have the subjects that they require and stuff. But there's always a sideways route. So by doing the college first, you've got that experience that then means that you can get onto that without the physics and things like that. And then obviously physics, if you didn't pass it, sort of thing, when you were at school, it's that the way it was being taught in school was maybe not quite the way you needed to learn, or it didn't apply when you were doing the aeronautical engineering. It probably made a bit more sense because it was to do with your interests.
That was definitely it. I managed to do my physics and my maths during my college courses with the extra support from the lecturers. I think it just obviously maturing, going to college,
Yeah.
I think it just put my brain on mode and I was ready to study.
Do you know what's funny though? You're the third person we've had. That's the third episode, but everyone has said something about what school was like for them, and that they had challenges with certain subjects, maybe because of the environment, but also the amount of subjects you have to do at once. Whereas once you were able to do it in an environment that matched potential career path, so you understood what you needed for that job, it obviously just clicked for you, which is like really encouraging.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that just kind of goes to show that I think a vast majority of people we speak to, they do feel like a bit, oh, how do I get from where I am now to where I want to be? And it can feel like such a big leap. And sometimes having those, what are those baby steps to get in there? And so for you, that was going to college first and then going from there. And like you say, putting yourself out there, applying for lots of different things, and then being able to have that choice. Did you get offered more than one, or did you turn any down? I'm just nosy.
That was the first one I had applied for. Wow. I did also apply for a second place. I managed to get through to the testing point, but I already had the job secured, so I was like, I'm dropping
not yourself through it anymore.
And so then tell us a little bit about the job itself then, the apprenticeship that you do, what you're learning, and obviously now you're full-time in the role, so what is it you do?
So I work in an overhaul facility, so the engines come into us, they get stripped down into piece parts, and then they get repaired, cleaned, inspected, and then we build the engine back together, and it gets taken to our test cell where we fully run the engine, test it, make sure it's okay, and send it back to our global customers.
Man, she's definitely done this before.
I know, I was like, oh my goodness, that was slick. That was much slicker than us.
She got the job. Like, yeah, we've been trying to learn a script for ages here, and you're just like, yeah, I get it.
It's this.
Amazing. And what about I guess, why do you enjoy the job? What parts have you really kind of grown to really like about what you do?
I'm a fully qualified mechanic now, where I work in the fan section. So we build the fan of the engine. During the apprenticeship, we had to attend college for 2 years, completing the NC and HNC manufacturing courses, and we were still going into work 3 days a week, and we were doing our on-the-job training, so working practical hands-on the engine. We were able to put the theory into practice by attending college and work as well, and I was also working on my SVQ level 3 logbook as well.
Wow.
And how did you find that? Like, so I think, because I don't see this as I should have found this out beforehand, because I was an apprentice to be a careers advisor, so I did I did 2 lots of SVQs as well, and it's like I for me that was the exact right way for me to learn. Did you feel like that it was that your college and your SVQ and your work, did they all kind of go quite nicely together?
They did, yeah. So completing the logbook as well, you're having to create evidence and write a essay on how you did the job. So like using all the engineering terms, the health and safety, the quality aspects, it all just came in together when providing the evidence.
Yeah. And then did you feel that you were like, there was the time kind of to do the both, because I think a lot of the employers, like, they're quite good at being able to support you in work. Did you have like people in work that you could speak to and ask questions to? And
yeah, my apprentice coordinator, Aidan McIntyre,
perfect.
He's very supportive. So we were able to like do our college side of work at college, but also then do our SVQ stuff at work, as well as doing our evidence and practical on the job training.
That makes all the difference, doesn't it? Actually having that time and somebody that you can ask the questions to that knows what they're talking about, so that you don't have to feel silly asking questions.
Our apprentice coordinator was actually an apprentice maybe like 10 years ago. I hope that's right, because he'll be annoyed if I've said that. So
he'll listen now going,
he knows the stepping stones, how to get there and what we need to do, and so I think he's very supportive.
How long from first day in college to completing your apprenticeship, how long was that journey?
So for 2 years I attended college, and then I got the apprenticeship, and then 3 years and during my apprenticeship, that was all it was. So
amazing. And see, let me guess, year 4, so your second last year of your apprenticeship, I bet you were hating college and you were just loving doing the apprenticeship and you just wanted to do the job.
Yeah,
that's
always,
last year.
You feel like you're now doing the job probably, but the education part now is just to get you over the line, meaning you're qualified. But I imagine by that year you were doing a lot of work.
Yeah, so it's like 2 years you attended the college, and then on your last year you were just completely based in work. Right. So you got just like that whole work lifestyle.
Amazing.
working shifts. That's me. I'm on a free shift pattern, so I'm night shift this week.
Oh, there you go.
Got the day off.
So how do you find then the different shifts and things? Because I think sometimes when people are thinking about engineering, I certainly, when you're thinking about engineering, they don't always think about it being about being night shift and things like that. How do you find that?
It is quite hard to get used to it. You're never in a routine.
Yeah.
So it's like 1 week night shift, 1 week day shift, 1 week back shift. Like it's just mental.
Oh gosh.
So it's hard to get into it, but an eye mask and earplugs help.
Yes, I bet they do.
Yeah.
What's your favourite shift pattern to do?
I quite like a back shift. I enjoy that actually, because you're getting to not set an alarm, which is amazing. And you can get up whenever you want, and then you can do what you want, and then you go to work.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds, and it's quite nice work-life balance.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you've got a better work-life balance now that you're qualified and then maybe not having to do as much of the studying parts of it?
Oh no, I feel like these shifts are a killer. I feel like I don't see anyone anymore.
Oh gosh. They'll be seeing you on things like this and going, oh, so she's got time for that, but not time to come round.
Yeah.
So then obviously just going back to your very successful 2 awards that you won. What, like, I know since then you've been to Parliament and never done anything like that before. So what were you doing there? What did you have to do? And you were obviously talking about your role. And
Yep. So I attended the apprenticeship week event at Parliament.
Yep.
It was quite interesting. I got to network with a lot of different apprentices, people in different sectors. And then I got asked to go up and do like a little mini interview. And it was mental. I was so nervous.
Had they warned you beforehand that was happening, or was it?
I think it was.
yeah. So what did you have to do? Like, did you have to just talk about what you were doing, or like what did you have to do for it?
Yeah, just talk about like my experience and about getting the award and like all that interesting things.
And if so, if you were speaking to girls who were at college, at school, and they were, would you have any advice to give to them about anything?
You can do it if you try and never give up. And just because you're a girl doesn't mean you can't do a man's job.
Yes, 100%. And I think and the same, it's also, any boys listening who want to go into engineering, then of course it's the same, don't give up, go into it and stuff. But I think when we're looking at these sorts of careers, there is that male dominated industry. So it's so amazing that there are more and more women wanting to go into it. So
and like
fantastic.
your working environment, obviously, I imagine, is predominantly male as well.
Yeah.
So what's that like for you? Like, because I guess that's maybe some of the fears or the challenge of what that might be like for you. Are they super welcoming and like, supportive and all that kind of stuff for you as well?
Yeah, I've never actually came across someone who's never been supportive. All the guys are pretty supportive. There's a lot of females actually in our industry now, which is quite good. So it's nice to see that. We can also go to them for support. I'm really close with one of the girls who has been out of her time for maybe 2 years now. So seeing her and getting the advice for her, just like coming in as a mechanic now, it's great that she offers the support, and the guys are very welcoming. I'm actually working in my section just now, there's only me as a female, and then I'm working with 5 other guys, so they're actually training me to do my job now.
Oh, fab.
So it's mental, but they're very supportive.
Oh, that's lovely. And I think that would be it, because I think it might be the same for you coming into careers, as like there's less men careers advisors than there are women. So I think no matter what industry people are going into, there is sometimes more of a domination of one gender sort of thing. But yeah, I think that can be that fear of like, oh, I'm the odd one out sort of thing. So to kind of hear that they are supportive and there's not that, oh, you're a girl and we're having to train you sort of thing, that's a really positive thing to hear.
And then like, so see, like in school, you'd mentioned obviously that these subjects just didn't work for you and stuff like that as well. But we talked about like, do you feel it's still important for like, if you have got a plan like you've got though, to try and just focus on the ones that you need in school, so that maybe, for example, I know that obviously you transitioned into college, but made it maybe not necessarily more difficult, but just a little bit trickier, I guess.
Yeah.
So like maybe trying to, focus on getting what you need earlier to make that transition maybe a bit simpler. And maybe, I mean, it's worked out absolutely perfect for you nonetheless, but maybe, I don't know, trying to get it in school is when it's free.
Yes. So I know there's options to do like a foundation apprenticeships now.
Right.
I think that just recently started when I was at school, so I was never interested in it. And also I followed my friends, so if they weren't going to college, I wasn't going. So definitely I wish I did that sooner, because I would have probably already be qualified sooner than now.
Yeah.
So it would have fast-tracked me a lot sooner.
Definitely.
And I think as well, there's so much to learn from that. And I think that's conversations that we have quite often with people is, so you're not alone to have been that person kind of not like following their friends, because it's the same with people picking their subjects. They're picking them because of, oh, my friend's picking it. Sometimes they're picking it because my favourite teacher at the moment is that teacher, and then they pick it and then it's not their teacher next year and things like that. So it's about, you know, what I'm hearing from this with my careers advisor hat on is that, like, it's about picking what's right for you and doing what's right for you. So maybe at school you were going with what friends were, but when you left school you went for what you wanted to do. So that's, you know, you've still done it. So it's still a big round of applause.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was also an apprentice.
Oh, there you go.
We're all apprentices here, right? This is a safe space to talk.
Did you win 2 awards though?
No, but they have rolled me out for about 18 years. So, like, you know,
I think you were at my induction.
I've been well used. But like, no, but like, I feel like I wanted to be a joiner when I left school, because that was just what everybody talked about. You know, it's the culture that you're in, that if you've not got a plan, you know, what is the next thing for guys, or, you know, joinery, plumbing, engineering, that type of thing as well. So it's good to hear someone like yourself who's kind of like essentially starting to push that boundary a little bit and go and do what you want within STEM. And like you say, your company particularly obviously are taking on a lot more females, which is really encouraging for us to see.
Definitely. So if we're, obviously this year it's been Apprentice of the Year, and then so overall Apprentice of the Year, but also your Apprentice of the Year for the level that you've done. What is next? Obviously you're qualified now, so maybe you're just going, oh, I'm qualified, that's me, I'm fine, I'll just take a rest. But have you got ambitions for what's next for you?
So yeah, recently I've had a wee knockback in work.
Okay.
So I applied for the graduate apprenticeship internally in work, but I was unsuccessful. So yeah, that was a little knockback. So I was able to bounce back from that. There's always next year or any other opportunities to go for.
But then I think as well, what's really important there is, like, knockbacks that's something that we go through all the time, and the fact that you've taken that knockback and you're not letting that put you off, you're going, well, I can try again next year. That's so positive. And actually maybe by the time it comes to next year, you'll have that year of being on the job doing what you're doing just now and feel much more confident in it. And maybe next year she'll be graduate Apprentice of the Year. We'll be going, oh, there you go.
But it just goes to show you though, like, I think, you know, your career journey is still going on.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I know you're in this position now, but you obviously see another step that you want to take, which is really encouraging, because I know some people, it's fine to get comfortable, but it's also good to go, right, what else is out there? What do I want to achieve?
Definitely. And to finish doing all of that work, and because we know all the work that goes into SVQs and things like that, to then go, and I'm going to do some more. Like, that's fantastic. And I think that the fact that they have that sort of progression step in your work, that's really good to have as well. And I think a lot of employers have that too. So it's just about thinking, taking, and did they give you feedback and things like that? Are you able to kind of, so that you for next time feel a bit more confident in it?
Yeah, the feedback I got was my interview was very good. My CV was good. Personal statement was good as well. I think it's just more, maybe just not just now. Maybe had a better candidate, and then it's always next year kind of thing. There's always other opportunities.
So, and I think even the fact that they're saying that there's always next year, that's really positive, because I think a lot of people that we're seeing, they're applying for things and they are like getting knockbacks, and it can be so disheartening. So knowing to get that feedback can be a really good step as well, to then continue applying so that they keep going and get where they want to go.
And like, I think people who, when you work with airline, aerospace, engineering of some fashion, is it going to give you the opportunity to travel? Is that a job that's only going to be where you are? Have you got things where you could work abroad? Is that something you've thought about?
Yeah, I've thought about maybe doing on-wing support, whereas you're going different places around the world and you're working on the live aircraft at the side of the airport. So that sounds quite interesting. Wow. There's Dubai, the Abu Dhabi, there's places it can take you with the company. So
that's amazing.
That sounds pretty cool. Please don't work on it while we're on it though. That's never comforting.
Yeah, when you're sitting and you look out the window.
That's never nice. And you're like, are they sure this is safe?
But would it not be better that they work on it than leave it?
True. But now I know you're working on them, like, I feel more safe.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, more safe. But that's really cool though, that you could have the opportunity where if you want to take this abroad you can, because I think that's quite, I'm starting to see that more and more now. People are liking the idea of doing a job that isn't keeping them stuck.
Yeah.
They can move with it, and it seems like you might have that opportunity.
Yeah.
Which is good. Are you on, like, do you do social media and stuff? Are you on socials? Are you just generally like a normal person on socials?
I try. Well, I like TikTok and I like Instagram, and I try and make videos, but they don't get anywhere these days. There's too many influencers.
I mean, you know, like, I'm pretty sure it'd be interesting to see you doing your job
Exactly.
in-house. Like, I'm sure that would surely get views.
Yeah. If you want to share your social media for the podcast for people to follow you, if they want to, then you can. If you don't, then that's okay too.
Yeah. Just now, my Instagram, TikTok is Louise Collins.
Awesome.
Simple and easy.
Simple.
Oh, see, I love that, because sometimes there's like ones and it's got all these numbers in it, and I'm like, oh, and then you search and I can't find
Plus,
them.
let's be honest, like, when you see this and it's going to be so successful,
Yes.
you have to share it. You have to share it round, make sure everybody sees it. But no, it's really great for us, right? Because, you know, we don't ever really get to see The Apprentice anymore. We try and help them into the apprenticeships.
Yeah.
We don't get the chance to talk to someone in their own experience of it.
exactly.
And obviously getting to share your story is going to be so good,
Yeah,
for
definitely. And I think as well, for anyone who's listening, there's so many people who want to be apprentices, and it's so inspiring to hear somebody who's your whole journey into this and then getting 2 awards. We're never going to forget this, 2 awards. Like, that's fantastic, and it's so inspiring for people to be able to aim for what they want to do and actually enjoy what they do, because you enjoy what you do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. I love going to my work.
It's a good place to be, for
Exactly.
sure. But,
Perfect.
yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. Honestly,
Thank
it's
you.
been so lovely chatting to you. And yeah, we're really looking forward to seeing what whatever. Well, no, I'm talking rubbish.
It's all right. You were there.
Yeah.
were.
Thank you so much for joining us. It was so lovely having you. And yeah, we look forward to chatting more to you and seeing your future career.
Awesome.
A Graduate Apprentice of the Year,
That'll-
2027.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for
No.
inviting me along.
Thank you.
Thank you.